With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Brandon Gaughan and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Jason Myers to kick
Here's the
off
kicker,
for
Jason
Seattle.
Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, it turned into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
And the Saints.
We often poke a little fun at running backs past the age of 30. Oh, they're getting old, they can't run anymore. Well, he's showing past the age of 30, you can still have some nice runs like that.
You certainly can, and I think that we're starting to expand our definition of old running back. Because it used to be as soon as they hit 30, we want to get rid of these guys and go to the younger guys. But now that the guys are taking such great care of themselves, as you pointed out, you can still get explosive runs at any age.
So he gets too far beyond the line, and that's an easy call for the official.
Still first down.
Throwing is Rattler. There's Chris Olave. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of. How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
Here's 2nd and 10. Rattler wants to throw it. Throw complete right side to Cooks. So the completion gets him just a yard. And 3rd and 8 now.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. From the gun, here's Rattler. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Saints will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Groupie able to add the PAT. And that makes the score 7-0.
Seahawks, nothing.
So this drive spans 7 plays. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. Commanding the offense will be the highly touted USC product, Sam Darnold.
And I know that last year in 2024, New York Jets fans were watching him and saying, that's the guy we thought we were going to get. But he found his groove in Minnesota, finishing the top 5 in passing yards and touchdowns last year. Now in Seattle, ready to prove that last season was no fluke.
Darnold now to throw. Smith and Jigba with the ground. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
And they'll run. It's Ken Walker. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
3rd and 3. Now it's Darnold. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They go with the empty set there, 5 receivers in the formation. Normally, you want to have a running back in to block, but in this case, he's lined up to the right, and he ends up getting the football. A lot of confusion caused defensively, and it turns into a big play.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
Now Darnold. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 33. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now off the bootleg, Darnold. Outright to Smith and Jigba. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game. like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Julian Blackman bringing him down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
I certainly like what he did right there, because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up, because it was a 3rd and 2 call. And they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Myers' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Play action. Now Rattler. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And this will be caught at the 30. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 48 yards.
1st down, Saints.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
They'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he stopped immediately there. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end, because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working. But how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
Kamara trying again. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
He's already scored once. He definitely had his eyes wide open trying to get in there a second time, but I thought that was a really nice play defensively to deny him.
Yeah, it was, as you said, keeping him away from his second first-quarter touchdown there. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw for it with Rattler. Got a man, it's Cooks. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Saints had 6 to their lead. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one.
Is under review.
They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Groupie for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. To throw is Darnold. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. But not many guys who can blow up plays like Chase Young. He did it again there.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Darnold from the gun. He's got a man. It's his fullback. Will go down as a gain of 6. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Now a 3rd and 6. Darnold. They'll let this go for the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker.
53 yards.
And the Seahawks have got it back to within a score.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. In racing, going 3 wide is a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it was Kenneth Walker who finished things off with a touchdown catch.
Jason Myers.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll fake the give, and here's Rattler. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
On play action, Rattler. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
They'll go play action here with Rattler. He completes it to Olave. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 34-yard line.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. To the air is Rattler. Over the middle, complete. That's Johnson. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Rattler. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
8-yard pickup. 1st down, Saints.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route. Looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside. Not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Open man left side. Shaheed has it. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
Kamara up the middle.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 of the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, Rattler. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Juwan Johnson, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Saints are able to stretch out their lead. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Here's Groupie for the PAT. It's good, and it's 21-10. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker set to take over once more. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. On the counter, it's Walker. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. 2nd and 10. As they've got it as we resume action. Straight ahead, Walker. And once again, he'll get possibly back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon.
Deep for New Orleans is Rashid Shaheed.
And that'll skip out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Pass at 20 for a short gain, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Throwing is Rattler.
And that's complete to Cooks. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
A 10th carry for Kamara. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 8.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
This offense so far on 3rd down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 11.
And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll bring up second down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose, and boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Back to throw, Darnold. Going right back to Smith and Jigba. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Walker. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
That's another Seahawks first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. From the 50, it's Darnold. He completes this to Walker. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Darnold now to throw. And that will be incomplete. He had no options downfield there and just chucked it out of bounds.
There was no one open. He was in the pocket. Where was the intentional grounding call?
Oh, you wanted the flag.
Of course I did. I'm a defensive guy. You know that. Where was the flag? The officials point out that someone was in the area. He got away with one.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. The Saints offense and Spencer Rattler getting ready for this next possession. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel.
The ball is out. Kamara fumbled it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Rattler working out of the gun. He's got his target. That's complete. Down the sideline he goes. And finally taken down at the 34. A big play there on the catch and run. 53 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Rattler wants to throw it. And that is incomplete here.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Rattler. The back foot throw there is incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He was brought down there by Julian Love. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 9. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Here's Blake Groupie now for the Saints field goal. This a 43-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And the lead grows to 14 at 24-10. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
So after the field goal, back out is Groupie to send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Hands it to Walker to begin the series. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Darnold.
And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Now it's Darnold. A quick pass to Kupp. Now he's free at the 35. Cooper Kupp.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Cooper Kupp, 75 yards. And the Seahawks have cut it back within a score.
And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that cuts the lead to 24-17.
Seahawks 17.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
And we move to spotlighting Brandon Cooks. He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guys trying to cover him, they haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to change your focus. You have to get after the quarterback a little bit, disrupt his timing, because right now it feels like pitch and catch. Make sure he's not able to have clear sight lines to him, and maybe that'll slow him down.
And this is not the guy you want to let play pitch and catch. And he powers his way up past the 30. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th.
No gain? Quarterback sneak? No gain? Aren't you supposed to get something out of that?
Yeah, needed a full yard there. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here's Horton. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
The home team's offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender his way, because whatever they've done, it has not worked in this first half.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Darnold. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. That is caught. Down to the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. 72 yards. And the Seahawks are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. Myers connects on the PAT. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The New Orleans offense set to take over. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
They'll throw. Here's Rattler. And this one too low. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Dancing to his left. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Here's Kamara out of the pistol. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 55 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
First down.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Because his primary job is defending against the pass, you don't often see a cornerback making tackles in the backfield. But he's playing run all the way here.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. The pass caught by Olave. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Olave, 26 yards. And the Saints have taken the lead.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
Groupie for the extra point.
And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Saints 31.
A drive that time of 6 plays.
And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defense, is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Two yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on 2nd down.
Balled at the 26, 2nd and 7.
Darnold.
This one goes underneath to Walker.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Darnold. Repeated the last play, finding Walker. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man, Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Throwing again is Darnold.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Here's Darnold. There's a short one caught by Arroyo. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up second down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Throw out wide to Walker. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
To the air again, Darnold. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So halftime here out west. Let's go east. That's where we find Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These two defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return. The Seahawks offense has Sam Darnold headed back out there. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Running right, here's Walker. And he'll be taken down at the 34. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints' 27. 43 yards rushing for him now to this point.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
This 2nd and 4.
They'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Wreaking havoc was Nathan Shepard, the D tackle.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Back to throw. Walker with a grab, left side. And he is going to lose yardage here. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
Field goal, a 52-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And that'll bring them back within 4.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The focus goes back to Chris Olave, the Saints offense.
Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good. But there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
Johnson with a completion over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
From the gun, here's Rattler.
His throw incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Off the play fake, it's Rattler. Oh, first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked off by Kobe Bryant. And the Seahawks will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
Looking to put a drive together. Throw left side complete. That's Horton. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down.
A 5-yard gain brings up second down at their 49-yard line.
Darnold now to throw.
They'll get this complete to the tight end Barner.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. Back to throw, Darnold. Going deep for Walker. And he's got it inside the 10. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Kenneth Walker with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter.
Now Myers for the extra point. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it was Ken Walker who finished things off with a touchdown catch.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
First down, Saints.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a third down.
And it's third down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
The slot man in motion right.
Rattler wants to throw it. Open man left side. Shaheed has it.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to make it fourth down. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense.
They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far.
He was taken down behind.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now off the bootleg, Darnold. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
Well, they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Jet sweep here, Smith and Jigba.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. return was for 7. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10.
The New Orleans offense set to take over.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
He completes it to Olave.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
To the air is Rattler.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
The two big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
27 on the play. First down, New Orleans.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
From the shotgun, Rattler.
Oh, it's caught.
Juwan
Touchdown.
Jackson.
A beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game.
And the Saints have retaken a third-quarter lead.
I know we often laugh and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead.
Here's Groupie for the PAT.
And that will make this a 4-point game. A drive there of just 4 plays.
All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These two defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Yeah, we will get another look at Seattle's offense. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. He's going to get this one out to his fullback.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. But he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Now it's Darnold. He finds his man, complete. It's Horton. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Seahawks. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So in Saints territory now. Here's first and 10 right at the 40.
From the gun, it's Walker.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
Walker with another carry.
Fights through and now a crease. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
59 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
That's how you get right up off of the mat because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
Here's Darnold.
He completes this to Walker.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
So on 4th down, here's Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good, and that'll bring him back within a point.
So give him 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go.
Looking to put a drive together.
He'll start with a give to Kamara.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
So a player shake it up. We'll get a stoppage here. And that's Alvin Kamara, the one who's going to receive some attention. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Play action. Now Rattler. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. They'll throw. Here's Rattler. He lets it go deep for Olave. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Chris Olave, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Groupie for the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown. Scott, we thank you as always, and we'll see what happens here in the second half. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out with the victory. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. So both offenses come to life here in this 3rd quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. There's still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. In just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into a blitzing situation.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Darnold. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
It'll be a gain of 5. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
To throw is Darnold. He's got his target. That's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
And that's a much-needed 1st down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. From the 46, here's 2nd and 5. Now Darnold. He finds his man, complete. It's Horton. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Slot man moves right. Here's Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Now this incomplete, and I don't see any flags coming out. He was clearly in the pocket, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, and that brings up 4th down. For it. It's Walker. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And it'll be a turnover on downs. And defensively, they were ready for that. A full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll go play action here with Rattler. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
2nd down and 4. Again, this is Kamara. Oh, nice move. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 84 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them.
And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Big DeMarcus Lawrence getting in there and bringing him to the ground. Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part, he's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
They'll fake the give, and here's Rattler. Throw out wide is incomplete. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Leonard Williams able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Man in motion left, that's Smith and Jigba.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 down at the 39. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 11 yards there, just like last play.
And that's going to do it. With that last throw, he surpasses Norm Van Brocklin's mark of 554 passing yards in one game, set more than 70 years ago, way back in 1951. Well, he's had help from his offensive line and his receivers, but this has been an incredible individual performance.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. From the 50, it's Darnold. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
brings up
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again.
Open man is Barner, the tight end. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
Now Darnold keeps it. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, at least at first glance, as they spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line.
Darnold now to throw.
And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Recognition defensively to snuff that one out. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34.
Brian Brzee fought in and got him down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
So on now comes the kicker. It's Jason Myers. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
But that's always a risk on those longer kicks. You have to drive it low to get it there. That opened the door for a better chance for the defense to get a hand on it, and that's just what we saw there.
And even if the odds increase a little bit because it's a longer field goal attempt, it's still difficult to get hands on the football and create a block. Big-time excitement for that unit, getting through and knocking that one away.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and that'll leave them with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
Running here is Taysom Hill.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
A first down carry now for Miller. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And tip your cap to DeMarcus Lawrence. Nice play defensively.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop.
They'll run it again with Miller. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now Rattler. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Just because you got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And that will hit and continue on out of bounds. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. The last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously, the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
Looking to put a drive together. A shotgun snap for Darnold. He finds his man, complete. It's Horton. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
Back to throw, Darnold. They'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a 1st down.
35-yard line.
Charles, he's now over 400 yards passing in this one. It feels like he has a zillion completions. Just a very memorable effort from a guy that we thought could be in line for a big game, and he has exceeded our expectations.
That he has, and I'm not really surprised at all because when you look at this offensive unit, they are loaded across the board. And, of course, the guy throwing them, he's a big-time player himself. They brought it from start to finish and really helped get the better of the opposing secondary.
2nd down at the 41-yard line.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Darnold to throw again. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Back to throw again. Walker with a grab, left side. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Now a tip of the cap to the man under center, Charles. He just went over 400 yards passing in this ball game. He's got the touchdown passes to boot, taking pretty good care of the ball. Just all around a really solid performance.
Yeah, just check, 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 and check, right? Because he certainly showed he was worthy of the trust that his team put in him.
A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Darnold. He finds his man. Complete. That's Horton.
A gain of 15 yards. And that's good for another Seahawks. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
He has been terrific today, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely running flawless 2-minute drill right here. This has been quarterbacking 101 with a flourish.
Here's Darnold. Open man right side is Cup, complete. And out of bounds right around the 20.
Cooper Kupp. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and inches at the Saints' 20-yard line.
Now 2nd down and a few inches. Darnold to throw.
Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
Here it is. 4th and inches.
4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's into the end zone. No flags. It's a touchdown. And now a 2-point conversion. And we'll be tied here in the final minute.
Do they have one big call left? Here we go. The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have 2 to possibly take this to overtime.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
The Seahawks will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll try and run it in. And he's not going to get there. The defense able to come up with a big stop, and they're going to hold on to their 2-point lead.
43.
Time definitely of the essence now, just under a minute to play, and here we go. And the Saints are going to get to this one, so that should about do it. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that, just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics would tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
They got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And he will have a Saints 1st down. It has been a struggle, but it's looking like that'll be the one to seal a victory for him.
New Orleans.
Again, it's Miller. And room there to work it inside the 25. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll give it up the middle to Miller.
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Seattle, so long, everybody.